Tanner?
All right. I think everybody's probably heard plenty about the double design model by now.
All right,
I don't know anything about it.
Nothing about it?
No.
Well, good. You're gonna learn.
Now you're going to learn from the master.
So the double design model, the double diamond design model, too many Ds. It centers on this idea of divergence and convergence as represented by diamonds. So diamonds, think of it as two arrows spreading, and then convergence, think of two arrows coming together. Divergent meaning we're going broad, we're going wide, we're looking for lots of different ideas. Convergent meaning we're synthesizing all the ideas and trying to find the best one. So if you go to the next slide, it looks like a diamond. Anyway, next slide. That means that in the double diamond design model, there are two diamonds. The first one is a diamond that has divergence and convergence on a problem, which is what Matt was pointing to that we were doing this week in Q4 planning. We were trying to identify what the big problems were and then sort of try and narrow down a little bit on what we think might be the biggest problem. And then the second one is doing a diamond on the solution. What are all the different ways we can solve this problem? And then let's pick the best one according to our scope and our resources and our time frame. I really like the red text on top. The first diamond is really about doing the right thing. Are we sure that this is the biggest problem? Are we sure that this is the best way to help the business? And then the second one being doing things right. Are we sure that this is the right way to solve that problem now that we've identified the right thing to fix? And so I think this is kind of a nice way to describe a design process. When a project lands on your plate, you do not have to go through both diamonds fully every single time. For example, our Q4 planning was a great kickoff to a lot of this. So I think a lot of us got to a semi-formed kind of first diamond right there. I think there's still probably some pushing to do to really bring it down and converge on something really tangible. But that doesn't mean you have to go redo all that work. It means just that we've started a bunch of diamonds already as we explore problems. Next slide. Is kind of a different way to show the double diamonds, and I like the titles they put here on top. So you start, the first divergence is exploring the problem. The first convergence is deciding what to fix. Then the second divergence is testing potential solutions, and the final convergence is refining the final solution. So obviously there are kind of a lot of different ways to interpret and understand this. I wanted to give you just as many different forms of it and different ideas to find whatever matches your mental model best and whatever words help you the most. But I have found that following this model in design is really helpful. And often if you come to me and ask for me to go through that second diamond and the first diamond isn't done, I'm probably going to ask you, to help me do that first diamond and say, well, what do we know? How do we know this is important? Who have we talked to? What data do we have? Because the information from the first diamond heavily informs the second one. The way that we find the best solution is by understanding the problem as best we can. So that's it. That's the double diamond.
Great.